It is important to do things in the right way. And the IEP graduate does things in the right way, effectively, efficiently. The business world requires professionals who are very knowledge intensive in their approach. We can no longer depend on pure intuition or common sense. We now have to either be good analysts ourselves, or we have to understand what our analysts tell us.
In the future, this is going to be a new set, a new paradigm, a new landscape. There's a blurring of boundaries, and companies, firms, industries, and countries tend to compete in a more, I would say, intense way. The youth of today, consciously or unconsciously, they're decision makers in themselves. They feel that industrial economics allows them to be able to structure or quantify the kind of trade-offs that you make in life.
Dr. Jesse Stanislao, who is still very much around in Philippine business circles, and I thought that we should develop a program in economics, especially during that time that was still martial law, when a lot of people did not really rely a lot on government information. So they wanted a think tank, and that's exactly how we began, that would be speaking of business, but in terms understandable to business managers.
Industrial economics program is a program that equips our student to face the unfurling economic and business realities. It equips people with the right mental and intellectual approach.
When Jess and Bernie first started the IEP, they recognized that there was a need for economists who were conversant not just with economics, but also could speak the language of business. Thus, they understood profits and loss, debits and credits, mergers and acquisitions. And as a result, in the IEP, the students receive a rigorous foundation in accounting and finance, marketing, production, and this makes them later on true business economists, economists who could relate to the problems of businesses and firms and could thus better help Philippine companies chart a course to adapt to today's more globalized economy.
I wanted to enter a program that will not only hone my mathematical skills, but also help me develop flexibility and the competitive edge necessary to succeed in the corporate world.
That's how economics comes in, how you also analyze your competitors or how you make sure that your business works, not only in the local community, but in the global community as well. That's how industrial economics teaches us. That's how IEP readies us when we graduate and enter into the business community.
Because they have subjects in accounting, they have subjects in marketing. So we have an optimum blend between economics and business courses.
In business, you also need to ask how much higher will prices go, how much higher or lower will sales go, and this is where the quantitative training in economics in the IEP comes in. The tools of mathematics, statistics, and then ultimately econometrics. These are the powerful tools that economists use. The success of any business ultimately rests on how well they understand how markets work. And that's the contribution of economics to business.
Believe it or not, a lot of economists don't even know how to read balance sheets. They can talk about GDP, about inflation, but you ask them about how profit is actually computed. They don't have a clue.